guys. This week's EBP strategy for me is the Gillingham and Stillman approach. Um, it's intended for students that are in 3rd to 6th grade, but you can tailor it for younger or older students. And essentially, it's a 4-step approach. Okay. Um, the teacher is going to, pick whatever word that she's working with the student. Let's say enthusiastic. So she'll write each letter on an index card and have them laid out in random order. And so they'll start off by, the teacher will say the word really slowly, and the student will repeat that word really slowly. And then on to step 2, which the students are asked what sounds are heard. And so enthusiastic, she'll have to kind of talk out what letters that she's hearing through the first word. It's also called oral spelling. So then the third step of this is that the students are asked to locate the letters on the cards and then place them in the right order. So of course you're sounding it out as you're doing it. So she would look for the E-N, and then for the TH, she'll look for that sound, the and be able to identify and spell out the TH, in the next order, and then ooh, she'll put the U, all the way through until you've spelled out your word. And this is referred to as written spelling. And then the students will then read the whole word from the beginning, kind of follow along. And I watched a video of a teacher demonstrating this, and it was very effective. The students still struggled, afterwards, especially with the word enthusiastic, because it is a larger word, and there were some challenges there. However, they were able to work through those immediately, and the student was able to receive feedback from the teacher, and they were able to correct it. Some of the correctional procedures in the Gillingham and Stillman approach include the following, and there are 3 different suggestions here according to our textbook, which is that students check their own written words and find errors. And so, that's pretty self-explanatory. Then number 2, if a word is read incorrectly, the student should spell what they said and match it with the original word. And so again, they just kind of go through and sound things out. And then if they're able to identify something that doesn't seem to match up with what they're saying, then they can make that correction. And that kind of goes into number 3. If a word is misspelled orally, the teacher writes what the student spelled and asks them to read it, or the teacher may repeat the pronunciation of the original word. So you're just essentially just going over the word and breaking out those parts, which I like that manipulative that they have using index cards, where you can, kind of maneuver those letters around and play around with some of those sounds and see what it makes. Then at the end of that video, the student was asked to literally write it out on a piece of paper first, guided, and then eventually, as they took away some of that scaffolded instruction, and she was asked to spell that without any assistance, and she was able to do it, I think after the second try. So, but yeah, again, just that feedback is crucial, that ongoing feedback. And let's see, what else? How do you know that the EBP is working? Well, I think that little assessment at the end is a great way to get that feedback. And then it's, of course, good to kind of reintroduce those words again later on in the week if you want, and whenever you can, just to kind of encourage the maintenance and generalization and maintenance stages of learning. And then where can the teacher learn more about EBP? I found quite a few resources. Well, Wikipedia had a lot of information, um, and it even talked about, I think now it's commonly called Orton and Gillingham, or OG for short, um, the OG approach. And of course, our textbook, and then just kind of searching around. I think those are the main ones. Let me see. There was another. Um, it's called At Risk Readers Intervention Program .weebly.com, and they also have some information on there. And then, of course, YouTube. You can see some videos as well of them demonstrating this. And yeah, I think I will definitely use this. I have tutored children with, especially English language learners that were at a very low level for spelling words, and we're still working on phonics and whatnot. And I think this would be a really great approach for those couple students I have in mind. So I look forward to implementing this um, in my own classroom or in my own, maybe small group or one-on-one instruction. All right. I hope you learned something today, and I hope you're well, and have a good day, a good weekend.